Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, Meru grassroots leaders paid Rigathi Gachagua a visit days after William Samoei Ruto had also gone to Meru and tried to talk to the people there into supporting him. Now, this strategy by Rigathi Gachagua reminds me of what the strategy he used to beat Raila Amolo Odinga in the mountain. And let's just say to beat Martha Karua in the mountain. Back then, whenever Martha Karua organized some meeting in the mountain, the following day, Rigathi Gachagua would go there to neutralize the pressure that Martha Karua maybe had created. That strategy worked to the advantage of Rigathi Gachagua. And that's why in the mountain, Rigathi Gachagua ndio kusema. So in this new strategy where Rigathi Gachagua hosted the Meru grassroots leaders to his WAMUNYORO farm is akin to that strategy he deployed in 2022 to counter Martha Karua's influence in the mountain. And that worked to his advantage. So in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to explore this new strategy, which is akin to the old strategy that Rigathi Gachagua used, than the one that he has chosen to use to counter any growing influence of William Ruto in the mountain. But before we get further, ladies and gentlemen, kindly like this video, subscribe to this channel, and to our existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you, this channel wouldn't have grown. Ruto toured Meru County. He singled out Meru County and did a tour of that region.
Katika kuongoza serikali, hii ndio kanisa ya serikali. So vile umesema mwenyewe hakuna option, sasa unamana tu hapo ndani.
Whereby he made a pronouncement that AIPCA is going to be a church of the state, let's just say a church of the government, because that church is linked to the freedom fighters. So what happened, ladies and gentlemen, is that when Ruto made that trip, there were all indications from many people reacted in Meru, that the Meru side was slowly warming up to William Ruto again. That's why you find that during that visit, the governor of Meru County had some very disturbing statements that he channeled to Rigathi Gachagua. Now, when Rigathi Gachagua hosted these grassroots leaders in his WAMUNYORO farm, the strategy was simply to neutralize that influence of William Ruto in the mountain. Now, Rigathi went for the grassroots leaders with a very, very important reason. Why? Because these people are the ones who meet the people on the ground. So, of course, we have leaders who vied on Jubilee and failed to clinch their positions. There are those who vied in those other parties, now wakaanguka. Those are the ones that Rigathi Gachagua has approached. And the strategy is going to work, because I want to pay attention here, because this strategy is going to work because these are people who are likely to bounce back in politics, and they are going to win. Why? Because some of them right now are on the side of Rigathi Gachagua. And if you look at the political arithmetics in the mountain, the politics, it seems to be shifted to the direction of Rigathi Gachagua. Of course, we acknowledge the fact that William Ruto is doing everything possible to contain that, so that the whole bloc does not go into Rigathi Gachagua. But the truth of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, is that Rigathi, calling himself a son of Meru, sababu anasema mamake alitoka Meru, yeye ni mtoto wa Meru. So he is using that advantage to try to win back Meru people. Of course, Ruto also has his own strategy. Why he picked Kithure Kindiki was because he wanted to retain Meru, Embu, and Tharaka Nithi. These are regions who have for long felt that they have been sidelined. So that wamekuwa kisema kwamba the other Mount Kenya side, Nyeri and Murang'a and the like, wamekuwa wakibenefit, whereas how always being treated to leftovers. So these leftovers, ladies and gentlemen, are the main reason why WAMUNYORO himself, that is Rigathi Gachagua, went for the grassroots leaders. If you look at the composition there, just check that picture, and I shared it in my previous analysis, but don't worry, I'm also sharing it again here. If you look at that sitting arrangement, this is a common picture that has been used as a picture. This is a common position that has been shared by many people always when leaders pay Rigathi Gachagua a visit, or this kind of sitting arrangement whereby it's like a round table meeting whereby wanaongea, they get to share so much about what is happening. So if you look at the sitting arrangement, hiyo tayari inakuonyesha kwamba kuna kitu kinaendelea pale na mjadala pale, even though much has not been shared about the meeting, but the truth of the matter is that this is a counter strategy try to deal with William Ruto. So we can as well say that the leadership of Meru County is not helping William Ruto, simply because baada ya ile mkutano pale, they were supposed to pile more pressure on the ground to create more awareness to the people and make the people maybe look at things William Ruto's way. But you look at the way they are treating things, ni kama kuna wameingia na baridi fulani. It's like they don't know what to do. They don't know whether they should go the Rigathi way or they should go the Ruto way. So that explains why hata baada ya Ruto kwenda pale hawajafanya lolote la maana kumsaidia William Ruto aonekane kwamba ile visit Ruto alimake pale inawasaidia. That is why I tend to agree with people who are saying that most leaders wanaogopa kwamba wakisupport William Ruto waziwazi wataumia. But of course, there are others who have come out public to support the president. But there are those people who are still, they're sitting on the fence, trying to look at things as they unfold. They don't take sides whether they support or they don't support, because at the end of the day, the biggest, the most important thing to a politician is winning that seat. So, right now, if you go to places like Meru, try to talk to the people there, they will tell you that they will go WAMUNYORO way. That's the reality, and I tried to do that sometimes back when I was in Lari, and I heard from most of the bodabodas there saying that they'd rather go the WAMUNYORO way, ama Matiang'i way, but they failed to shortchange with this regime which they believed in. So because this regime shortchanged them, that explains why they would rather go WAMUNYORO or Matiang'i way. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this strategy from Rigathi? Him calling the grassroots leaders. He didn't go for the members of parliament. He went for the small people on the ground, the MCAs who did not clinch their seats. How ndamena kawaita? He is very calculated in a way. He knows that these are the people who meet the people on the ground. Mostly they're the ones who are going to oppose the regime. The MCAs who are existing at the moment, the incumbents, some of them support the government. But the ones who fail to clinch the seats are the ones who don't support the government. So Rigathi Gachagua has gone to those MCAs who did not win their seats, which is a very good strategy, by the way. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to rest my case, but just go below in the comment section and tell us what you think about the meeting. It has been shared widely. People have shared it. But what do you think about it? Is it the right strategy to deal with Ruto? Because Ruto was there. If he was there, the main intention was to try to win back the Meru people. But Rigathi's political advisor might have advised him to counter that strategy by calling the grassroots leaders so that they can have some chit-chat, talk about the political future in Meru County. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.